Riverfront Stadium with Cincinnati leading 13-3. And the Chargers really in trouble here. They appears to me to have to really stop the Bengals here or the game's going to be out of hand.
Well, that's the thing, Tom. Yesterday, Al Saunders said, look, my passing attack isn't the kind of attack that we can come back and score a lot of points with. We don't have the offensive line that can keep out a good passing, rushing defense, so we can't afford to fall behind. Right now, the Chargers better stop Cincinnati in this drive, or else they're going to be in an awful position of playing catch-up football from too far behind to get back in the game.
It's been a mistake marred a first quarter for the Chargers. They had 2 touchdowns called back by penalty after they had recovered a Cincinnati fumble on the opening kickoff, and now the Chargers with a fumble of a kickoff of their own, giving Cincinnati the ball with a first down at the 46-yard line of San Diego. So this young Charger team reeling from mistakes in the first quarter and in a desperate situation to stop Cincinnati here. And the give is to Icky Woods, and Woods comes across the 45 down to about the 42-yard line. Here's the fumble again by Holland of the kickoff.
Well, he gets some good blocking up front. He finds a nice seam, but the ball just pops out of his hands here. I think he was stripped, but I can't tell what player actually stripped the ball from his hand. Got to hold on to that rock. You know, it's kind of evening things up. Cincinnati fumbled the first one. Now San Diego gave it right back to him.
2nd and 6 for Cincinnati from the 42-yard line. Bengals with a 13-3 lead as we start the second quarter. Boomer's hit 4 of 5, chased out of the pocket. Holman wide open. He's got it at the 35-yard line and is tackled there. Gary Plummer got him down, but Holman had no defender within about 5 yards of him when he made the catch. Boomer continues to pick this Charger defense apart. And they're in the attack offense, no huddle. Holman's made 3 catches for 60 yards now.
See, Reimers is back in the game at left guard, so that injury wasn't a serious one, fortunately.
Riggs and Woods in the backfield here for Cincinnati. They're picking up a first down, and Riggs goes in motion. Woods on the handoff, cuts it back. Stopped short of the 30-yard line by Lee Williams. Woods likes that cutback move, doesn't he, Joe?
Well, Tom, it's so hard to find a running back behind those big offensive linemen. You know the flow of the play as a defender. You know the flow of the play is going right or left. You start to chase, and then all of a sudden this running back out from behind these huge linemen is going the other direction. Very difficult to stop.
Stanley Wilson in at a running back now, replacing Woods. This is Wilson. Good running room. Smacked down. No, it's not. I thought Woods had it. So did almost all the Chargers. Meanwhile, Boomer was trying to hit McGee in the end zone.
Well, I tell you, Tom, between Boomer and you had me fooled. I was watching that running play for a moment myself. Gil Bird made a tremendous recovery and got back to break up a pass that was a sure touchdown. I mean, he was wide open, but Bird, playing in the left cornerback position, stayed with the receiver, or picked the receiver up coming from across field. We're all faked out. We're looking at this run, but the pass is way downfield, and once again, Gil Bird made the play to break it up.
That was one of the best fakes I've ever seen, but Bird was not fooled and made the play to save it for San Diego. It's 3rd and 5 for Cincinnati. Nickel defense for the Chargers. Boomer just gets it away. Too high, intended for Brown, incomplete. Leslie O'Neal putting the pressure on Boomer. He just got the pass away. There's a penalty marker down. This figure. The Breach has hit 8 of those 11 he's tried. His longest has been 41. So this would be his longest field goal of the season. It's going to be about 48 yards. Nope, it's a punt. They snapped it right to Breach, and he punts it, and it'll get into the end zone for a touchback. What a little Sam Weiss trickery there. They lined up apparently for the field goal, snapped the ball directly to Breach, who punted it, but it rolls into the end zone for the touchback, and the Chargers managed to hold the Bengals without any points. San Diego has started in their own territory today. Gary Anderson, the only setback behind Mark Malone, who may be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He's going to pass. Dumps it off, complete to the tight end Arthur Cox. And Cox bulls his way forward for about 7 yards, setting up a second down play for the Chargers. Leon White, the outside linebacker, along with Joe Kelly, coming up to make the stop for the Bengals. Arthur Cox with his 17th reception of the season. He's 6'2", 277 pounds, 6 years out of Texas Southern. Don't forget, we'll be picking a Budweiser Most Valuable Player in today's game. That comes up at the conclusion of the contest. Malone, after the play-action fake, fires it complete for a first down to Quinn Early, the rookie receiver out of Iowa. 25th catch of the season for Early, and the Chargers have a first down. Eric Thomas, the cornerback, stopped early after Saunders' club gets a first down.
I like the play selection by Coach Saunders and Mark Malone. I'm a little surprised that the Chargers are able to throw the ball. Now, that first completion to Cox I could understand because he's usually used as a blocker, and so they fooled Cincinnati. But this last play was showing that the Chargers have some confidence in their passing attack.
Ricky Dixon, the rookie, the first-round draft choice of the Bengals, comes in to play free safety now. Here's a pitch to Gary Anderson behind that front wall of the Chargers at the 35-yard line. Joe Kelly down at the bottom of the stack for Cincinnati. Got about 3 yards.
Ball seems to be coming loose today. It's hard to hold on to, folks. The only reason I can figure out why is because it is a little bit cold. And when it gets cold, the ball is slick. It's slippery. That pigskin, as they call it, has a tendency to get very slick in cold temperatures. Hard to hold on to, and it's tough to pass, too. It was for me, Tom.
Kelly stripped the ball from Anderson, but it bounced right back to the Chargers. Anderson got it on the first bounce, and San Diego retains possession. Early. Out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. Ricky Dixon chased him out of bounds there as they went to Quinn Early on the reverse.
Nice little gainer that was all speed by Early. He just outran the defenders because Joe Kelly, a linebacker for Cincinnati, number 58 in the center of your screen, he's going to be in position. Watch him go right. He's going to be over there, but he gets outrun right here by Quinn Early. Hey, does he have some speed or what?
3rd and 4 coming up for San Diego. 5 defensive backs on the field for Cincinnati. Malone is in the shotgun. Got Lionel James in motion. Malone's pass is complete. Catch made by Jamie Holland, who had to come back for the ball, but still had enough for the first down.
I love it. That's terrific coaching, in my opinion. They're showing something that they haven't been showing a lot of. They know they can't sit back there and pass protect with this offensive line play in and play out. So Coach Saunders and their offense put in a little rollout type action. Give the offensive lineman a break now and then. Let him drop back. Fool the defense with the rollout action to pass protect. That was good design by that Charger offense.
They went in the books for 8 yards and a San Diego first down. The ball spotted at the 42-yard line of San Diego. Malone down the sideline. It's incomplete. Pass intended for Rod Bernstein. And it falls incomplete. Eric Thomas was defending on the play. Actually, maybe early down the sideline, but nevertheless incomplete. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League and intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Bengals and the National Football League is prohibited. This game is the property of the National Football League, the Cincinnati Bengals and San Diego Chargers, all rights reserved. Mark Malone is hit on 6 of 8 for 51 yards. He's got a 2nd and 10 here. Malone's pass incomplete. intended for Holland, a little bit behind him, and Holland couldn't hold it as Malone went down after delivering the football. Thomas was defending on the play for Cincinnati.
Well, the ball was a little bit behind Holland, the pass by Malone, and Solomon Wilcox, the defender, number 41, cuts right across Holland's face, and I think he kind of blinded Holland momentarily. Malone will get hit after the play, as quarterbacks usually do, but that one wasn't a bad one. Reggie Williams is back there to throw him to the turf gently.
And on the 8th play of the drive, 3rd and 10. Nickel defense for the Bengals. Malone again rolls. Intended for early, it's incomplete. Ricky Dixon was defending early on the play. It wouldn't have been enough for the first down anyway, and it goes incomplete.
No, not enough for the first down, Tom, but I'll tell you, these last 2 balls by Malone were catchable passes. When your receiver gets both hands on the ball, hey, you're supposed to catch it most of the time.
Update. Here's Mozienko, the second leading punter in the NFL. It's 44.6 yards a kick. Ira Hillary watches it bounce, and it finally bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Hillary got hit by one of the Chargers coverage men, and the fans wanted a penalty, but no flags down. Don't ever stand around not paying attention.
I tell you, the boys in the film session will have some fun with this. They'll get on old Hillary about checking things out from around him. Always be
with 8:46 left in the second quarter. Tom Hammond and Joe Namath from Riverfront Stadium. Here's Boomer Esiason. Plenty of time. He delivers it complete to Brown. Brown just short of midfield. Bensy Glenn made a saving tackle on Eddie Brown, the leading receiver for the Bengals and the leader in the AFC in receiving yards.
When you have a rushing attack like these Bengals have, the defense has to play run first on first down. Now, what that did this last play was afford Esiason all the time he needed to get the ball way downfield, and for Eddie Brown to run downfield and cross an open zone defense. Good pass protection afforded by the running game, actually.
27 yards, and Brown breaking the Bengals single-season record for receiving yards. He has 1,148, the old record set by Chris Collinsworth, 1,130 in 1983. Brooks into Charger territory, bounces off one tackler, then sent out of bounds by Bensy Glenn. As the Bengals once again with that high-powered offense move into Charger territory.
Well, let's follow the ball this time from center Kozerski to Boomer Esiason, and he lays it right in James Brooks' little belly there, and he goes unmolested to the outside, but Gil Byrd put a pretty good lick on it.
Held him up, and then Glenn knocked him out of bounds. Following that ball is not always so easy, we found out with Boomer. Here's a pass to Brooks. And Brooks with running room down the sideline. Bengal first down to the 25-yard line of San Diego. Plummer and Seal finally tracked Brooks down, but a good reception by James Brooks, who formerly played for San Diego. And once again, Cincinnati in scoring territory.
Well, Sam White has his Bengal team just operating beautifully. James Brooks fakes a block inside. That's why he's so open out there. Again, the running game has been good because Brooks has been able to block the linebackers. And now you see he's wide open because the fake of the block allowed him to get behind the linebackers. 24-yard gain, first down Cincinnati at the 25-yard line of San Diego. Bengals already with a 10-point lead. Coleman and Riggs, 2 tight ends in the game for the Bengals. Off to Brooks. Trying to get outside. Hit and dropped with no gain on the play. Cedric Figueroa, the rookie linebacker out of Notre Dame, made him go deep into the backfield, and then as they were stringing the play out, got some help from Gary Plummer. And the 2 linebackers for the Chargers combined on the tackle. Figueroa, the rookie from Notre Dame, 6th-round draft choice, starting to play better, had 9 tackles a week ago against San Francisco. Well, do we have a mismatch? If you look at those numbers, they add up to a mismatch. But, folks, this game is played with a lot of heart and desire, and I still think that gives the team an edge. I'm not saying San Diego has an edge. They're certainly outclassed, but they can hang in there and give this Bengal team a tough game.
2nd and 10 from the 25 for Cincinnati. Boomer for the end hold it as he went to the turf. Sam Seal was right with Collinsworth, and he couldn't hold on. It'll be 3rd and 10, Cincinnati. And here's the attack offense. No huddle. They're going to go right after it again.
Well, they don't want that Charger pass rush specialists over there to get on the field, or they don't want the nickel or dime defense to race on the field, so they keep them off by lining up right at the line of scrimmage and forces San Diego to use a defense that they normally don't like to use in a passing situation.
Al Saunders said they had practiced against this all week. They thought they were ready for it. Here's 3rd and 10. Boomers hit 7 of 11 here in the first half. Boomer having to scramble this time and is taken down. A loss of about 3 on the play as Keith Browner gets the sack. Browner has been the best defensive player so far in the game for the Chargers. He blocked an extra point. He batted down a pass, and there he makes the sack.
Esiason trying to get outside to get some extra pass protection, and the Chargers wouldn't have anything of it. First of all, they covered the receivers downfield and forced Esiason to hold on to the ball and give Browner a chance to get there. That was good secondary coverage by the Chargers on that play.
Browner's brother Joey plays for the Vikings. He's a safety for them. He recovered a fumble and then lateral to Seal for a 75-yard touchdown against the Rams. Here's Breach for the field goal attempt. 46 yards, and it comes up short. As we pointed out earlier, his longest of the season has been 41, and that one from 46 is way short. And so once again, the Bengals do not score, and the Chargers are still alive. 4:52 left in the first half. 13-3.
Like a Christmas present.
Speaking of Alabama, Joe, I've got to talk to you about those black shoes they wear. Here's a handoff to Spencer of the Chargers, and Tim Spencer hauls it up to the 30-yard line. He got about 2 yards before Tim Crumry, the nose tackle, wrapped him up. Crumry, the leading tackler for the Bengals, came in with 121 tackles on the season and undoubtedly heading to the Pro Bowl for the 2nd consecutive year.
Tampa Bay's taking a 3-point lead over Buffalo. Now that is a surprise.
They're still reeling from the beating the Bengals gave them here a week ago. 4:15 left in the first half. 13-3 Cincinnati. The Chargers with a 2nd and 8. Takes the draw. Malone's in trouble. Deep trouble. And he throws it away. Incomplete. There's a flag down. Bernstein was close to the ball. He was certainly an eligible receiver. Oh, they're going to call grounding. How can that be, Joe?
I tell you, this is one that a quarterback has a legit beef. He's not going to win the beef because it's a decision by the official, pure judgment call. But Malone just showed good ability to me to be able to find that receiver.
Offense, number 16. Flowers at the spot of the pass. It is a loss of down. 3rd down.
Yeah, now that's the referee's opinion, but when you take a look at this, folks, you'll see Malone in a stress kind of a situation, but he finds his receiver. He's trying to get away from number 58, Joe Kelly. That's not intentional grounding. His receiver was only 5 yards away from the ball, and had Malone had the ball up just a little bit, it would have been a completed pass. I think that's a poor call.
Goes for a 19-yard penalty. I thought Bernstein was even closer than 5 yards. He was only 2 or 3 yards away when the ball hit the turf. Joe Kelly was putting the pressure, though, on Malone, and now it's 3rd and 27. He just lets it fly, and there's a whistle blowing, stopping the play. Play was stopped even before Malone let it go. Illegal procedure against the Chargers is going to move them even further back.
Start. Offense, number 76, 5-yard penalty, still a 3rd down.
Broderick Thompson guilty of the false start.
Well, at least it's on the right side of the offensive line this time. Early in the first quarter, these guys on the left side of the line kept getting the penalty.
Well, the Charger offense heading in reverse here. The ball is spotted at the 6-yard line.
Well, they're put in a bad situation, too, by that call. I really didn't like this call.
6 defensive backs on for the Bengals. They'll put the pressure on Malone. And the fans upping the decibel level here. Malone will pass from his end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Jamie Holland, and Eric Thomas with good coverage on the play, getting help from Ray Horton. So San Diego will have to punt now from its own end zone.
Well, here's a time number 20, Ray Horton. Had he been looking for the ball instead of making the hit, which he missed, he might have come up with an interception.
Mojenko to punt. He punted a 53-yarder his first attempt. You made a good one here. Ira Hillary is deep for the Bengals. Mojenko with another good punt. Hillary backpedals and takes it at the 43 of Cincinnati. Crosses midfield and then is rammed down at the 47-yard line. Another good punt by Ralph Mojenko. Randy Kirk on special teams making the stop for San Diego. A 51-yard punt by that man, Ralph Mojenko.
Well, the Chargers just need to keep fighting these guys. The defense now, if they can hold this Cincinnati Bengal offense down, they'll be in the hunt. Of course, not many teams around the league have been able to hold this Cincinnati offense down.
The last time Cincinnati had the ball, they went 53 yards in 7 plays, but didn't score as Breach missed a field goal. Here they have the ball starting at the San Diego 48-yard line. Brooks in motion. And Boomer stands up and asks for a timeout. So Boomer saw something he didn't like on the defense of the Chargers and calls a timeout with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first half. And the Bengals leading the Chargers by a count of 13-3.
I'll tell you,
Holman and Riggs, the pair of tight ends in for Cincinnati. Boomer's hit 7 of 11 so far. Another good day for the top-rated quarterback in the NFL. Icky Woods changes direction, cuts upfield, and gains about 5 yards. Woods has been impressive as a rookie.
And once again, Tom, what the Cincinnati team's doing is they're getting the defenders to flow one way, and then Woods cuts behind him and goes back. Here you'll see them flowing to the left and the whole defense going left. Now Woods cuts back to the right, trying to pick a soft spot. Good running. Pretty good defense that time, too.
Woods has carried 9 times for 36 yards. Led the nation in rushing as a senior at Las Vegas last year with 1,658. James Brooks on the carry for Cincinnati. Gary Plummer tackling him for San Diego. It's been Woods that's been the workhorse, and here's a quick snap by Cincinnati, and penalty markers down. They caught the Chargers trying to change their defense. The pass is complete to Brown at the 30-yard line of San Diego. Gil Byrd was ready for the pass play and stopped Brown, but they caught the Chargers trying to substitute.
That's fun. I like that, boy. If your offense can pull that on another team, you've got to feel good about it.
Well, Leslie O'Neal was caught on the field, Joe, trying to get off.
In the meantime, I imagine they'll decline the penalty and take the pass completion because it went farther than 5 yards, which the penalty would be marked off for.
Delay, defense, 12 men on the field to play. Penalty is declined. First down.
Cincinnati with that innovative offense. Look how quickly they get set there, and there goes players everywhere trying to get off the playing field before the snap. Brown makes the catch. The Bengals in business at the 30. Woods the only setback here. Brown in a slot to the left. Woods. Icky Woods. Touchdown. All right, get set for the Icky shuffle on the sideline. Oh, he just about shouldered down.
Don't get that man.
There it is. There it is. Jim Breach for the extra point. Schonert is the holder. He just took a lick from Woods on the sideline, but he got it down anyway. Icky Woods with a tremendous run for the touchdown. Watch it again.
Well, he gets a huge hole. He really doesn't have to break any tackles right here. He gets through Browner's arm tackle attempt, but when he cuts back, hey, he just showed some great athletic ability, agility, and balance to get in that end zone. And he knows right where to go, too, to do his celebrating. I know the folks down in San Diego can't be enjoying his dance as much as the folks here at the stadium, but it is a cute little dance to watch.
You know you're stretching when you replay the celebration of the touchdown. Icky Woods, 15 touchdowns now to lead the AFC.
And I guess Woods has to be one of the guys to be considered for this Rookie of the Year honor that's going to come up after the season. He's certainly in the running with some other fine rookie performances. And Anthony Miller, I guess, from the Chargers also is to be considered.
Right, Tim Brown of the Raiders, John Stevens of the Patriots, some others. Cincinnati now with a 20-3 lead on San Diego, and 2 minutes, 6 seconds left in the first half. Lee Johnson with his kickoff coverage team as the Bengals went 47 yards in 4 plays that time. Just over a minute and a half of elapsed time as Woods with a 30-yard touchdown run, giving him 65 yards on the day. And we're still in the first half. Lee Johnson with the kick. Taken by Darren Flutie, one of the up men for the Chargers. There's a flag down. Flutie picks his way forward to the 25, where he's jumped on by the black shirts of the Bengals. A couple of penalty markers went flying. Ricky Dixon on special teams made the tackle for Cincinnati. We'll check the penalty marker. It's been a penalty-marred first half for San Diego. If you were late joining us, they recovered a fumble of the opening kickoff by Cincinnati. The Chargers twice crossed the goal line, only to see the plays called back by penalty and had to settle for a field goal, and that's made a big difference in the game, really. They could have had some early momentum and had to settle for the field goal, and once Cincinnati took charge, the Bengals have gotten that high-powered offense in gear.
We have multiple fouls, illegal block, number 31 on the receiver. The penalty is declined. Illegal block in the back on the receiver. Number 52, penalty is accepted. Penalized half the distance to the goal line. First down.
So once again, the Chargers are backed up deep in their own territory as we come to the 2-minute warning. Icky Woods with the headband on has had a big game in the first half. He's outrushed the Chargers all by himself, and the Chargers actually have a good average yards per game, don't they, on the ground?
Hey, surprisingly, they're third in the entire league with a 4.6 rushing average. Now, they're behind Cincinnati and the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are leading with the 5-yard average, but before the game, we mentioned that the Chargers must be able to run the ball to move it and keep it away from Cincinnati, and so far, folks, the Chargers haven't been able to get anything going on the ground.
They're starting here from their 10-yard line, trailing 20-3. Barry Redden hit, managed to elude the first tackler and get back to the line of scrimmage. David Grant was right there to stop him, and the Bengals call a timeout, a quick timeout, stopping the clock with 1:45. Grant and Crumry right on that handoff to Redden.
Well, look here, Tampa Bay. I know I keep zeroing in on that one because I'm surprised. The Bills are losing 10-0, and that makes this game even more important for Cincinnati because they're trying to get that home field advantage. And if the Bills should lose another game and Cincinnati doesn't, Cincinnati will have it.
So an important score for Bengal fans and going Cincinnati's way with Tampa Bay surprisingly leading Buffalo.
Cincinnati is trying to stop this Charger offense so they can get some more points on the board. Now,
Malone to pass as he rolls out. They're going to have to run it. And he's knocked out of bounds after he gained about 3 yards. Carl Zander, one of the linebackers, forced Malone out. It stops the clock with 1:37 left. I don't know that San Diego wanted the clock to stop.
I was just trying to figure out the wisdom of that move. I can understand how you want to avoid the pass rush and have a floating pocket, but you don't want to run the ball out of bounds. He just couldn't find the receiver. Malone couldn't find the receiver that time, and I'm sure he would have liked to have stayed in bounds, give him a chance to get yardage, but the play took him to the sideline anyway. So I don't think that was well, obviously it wasn't a very good play.
7 defensive backs on the field now for the Bengals. 3rd and 7 for Mark Malone and the Chargers. Timeout taken by San Diego. We'll be back. Chargers with 3rd and 7 from their own 13. And keep it on the ground. They get back to the 15-yard line. And the Bengals use their final timeout. Rod Bernstein carrying for San Diego, and Barney Bussey wraps him up. And the Bengals ought to get good field position for a final drive of the first half.
Well, normally you'd expect to get good field position, even real good field position, but you've got a guy punting for the San Diego Chargers that's if not the best in the business. By gosh, he's in a very small class.
Well, he led the AFC last year and went to the Pro Bowl and is likely to return. Ralph Mozienko of San Diego, as you see the offensive brain trust of the Bengals huddling up for one final drive here in the first half. They're going to get the ball back. There's 1:31 left. Mozienko standing at his own goal line. Hillary calls for a fair catch at the 45-yard line, but there is a penalty marker down. And it's going to be against San Diego. A holding call against the Chargers, I believe.
Holding. Offense, number 44. Penalty is declined. First down, Cincinnati.
Look at Al Saunders shaking his head about all the penalties here in the first half.
Well, not only the penalties, Tom, but they've had to call timeout a little while ago because of miscommunication. They've had those penalties that were mental errors. You know, it's one thing to get a penalty for aggressiveness or you're out there working hard and make a mistake, but it's another thing to make those mental errors and get penalties, the offsides, the illegal procedures, not knowing the plays, and those are the things that drive coaches nuts.
Well, they call Riverfront Stadium the jungle, and the Bengals here smelling blood. They start from the 45 of the Chargers. Esiason with a bullet complete to Collinsworth. He stopped at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati ready to go again. Here's the attack offense. 1:09 and counting. That one went for 21 yards to Collinsworth. The Bengals with a first down. That one incomplete as Brown was streaking for the end zone. Stops the clock with 58 seconds left.
Well, Boomer got pasted that time right in the chest as he's just getting rid of the ball.
George Hinkle hit him. I think he was just activated playing his first NFL game.
And that's why this ball's a little bit underthrown, but Boomer had time to get it there. I don't know, it was a combination of throwing a bad pass and then Boomer had to pay for it by taking the hit.
2nd and 10 from the Charger 21. 58 ticks remaining. Boomer pumped once, chased out of the pocket, hit and dropped. Back at the 33-yard line. Leslie O'Neal put the rush on him there. O'Neal got some help from Lee Williams. And the clock continues to roll. 11-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 21.
From the looks of Esiason's jersey, it's a good thing he's a lefty.
Yeah, he's got the jersey off the right shoulder pad as you see him back up to pass. Steps up again under pressure. Lets it go. Incomplete, almost intercepted, intended for Eddie Brown. Vincey Glenn made a diving interception attempt, but it's incomplete. There's George Hinkle, got a sign at Riverfront on the road in his first pro game, a rookie out of Arizona who's just activated, an 11th round draft choice who made it to the NFL.
You know, Tom, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for a long field goal with Lee Johnson. In fact, I think they're putting him on the field now. He is their long-range kicker for the Bengals. Breach, of course, does most of the kicking, but they figure Johnson's good from around 55 yards anyway. He can get it through there, so this is his range.
Well, it's going to be 50 yards, Joe. 50 yards on the attempt. Schonert is the holder. This is Lee Johnson to try the left-footed field goal. 30 seconds left in the half. But offline. So the 50-yard field goal attempt no good by Lee Johnson with 24 seconds left in the first half. The sack of Boomer that time was decisive for the Chargers. It got them out of even field goal range.
Now with 24 seconds, I don't see any major upsets there. Philadelphia is looking pretty good against Washington. With 24 seconds, Tom, I believe they should throw the ball down the field. Cincinnati doesn't have any timeouts left, and they may get fortunate, make a great catch, or get a big play downfield. I'd like to see the Chargers go deep now and take their chances.
Everything going the Bengals' way. Cleveland is now losing to Dallas, and Buffalo losing to Tampa Bay. Malone on first down, under pressure. That ball might have been tipped, but it's complete. First down catch made by Jamie Holland. Malone does use a timeout. Well, I didn't think they'd have reason to use that last one. They just do, stopping the clock with 12 seconds remaining. Ricky Dixon stopped Holland after he made the reception. Good for 15 yards and a Charger first down. 12 seconds left. They've got the 3 wide receivers to the right. That usually indicates the Hail Mary pass down the sideline. And it'll be a short pass instead, but caught out of bounds, incomplete. Holland grabbed it, but he was out of bounds, and so it'll be ruled an incomplete pass. There are 7 seconds left, and the Chargers will get to another play.
Well, with 7 seconds, I guess you just have to go downfield now because they're not going to be able to complete an out pattern deep enough to get in field goal position. So now Malone's going to have to go deep downfield to one of his wide receivers and hope for the best.
Coming up. They're not going to get the play off. Yeah, they do just in time. There was 1 second on the 45-second clock. Malone's pass was short. One hops the intended receiver, Holland, and time has expired here in the first half. Well, the San Diego Chargers had an opportunity early to score. They had to settle for a field goal, and then it was Cincinnati's turn, and the Bengals, led by Boomer Esiason, have been nearly flawless here in the first half, with Icky Woods scoring a pair of touchdowns, and the Bengals celebrating a big first half lead here at Riverfront Stadium. At the halftime intermission, it's Cincinnati 20, San Diego 3.